Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at my fall garden. I have been decorating for 2 days. Now here's the thing about fall in New England. You do not need really to decorate anything and everything looks fantastic because the trees are the decorating and all the shrubbery and the wildlife. And so I have seen some beautiful houses in the fall that would look really bad every other season. Dilapidated houses, old houses with nothing in front of it or junk in front of it. So this year I decided I was not going to decorate overboard like I did last year. Now the thing is, when I have the meet and greets, I want to present the best foot forward, and so I decorate a lot. This year we grew pumpkins in our own garden, and then I went out and bought 37 more pumpkins. I decided not to get mums, and then I went out and got 12 beautiful mum plants and 4 corn stalks. But everything else in this yard, you'll see, has all come from my garden and places around it. So I want to show it to you, and I will walk you through it because I've done some different things this year, and I think, I don't always show you guys my garden, and my garden is absolutely amazing. Not because of me, because I didn't plant a thing. This was all planted by the former owners. It's so beautiful. So I can't wait to show you. Let's take a look. All right, we're going to start right here, and I want you to just look at that scene. I mean, there's the she shed. We have these purple flowers, which I don't know what they are. I want to call them asters, but I don't know that that's what they are. So if someone wants to leave a comment, what are those purple flowers? I have dark purple, light violet purple, and even there's another color, pink. So they're all these forms of this purple, but they're in my garden everywhere. And you can see most of the things in my garden have passed their prime. But here's a close-up look at those really gorgeous flowers. And I'm hoping they make it to the meet and greet. I hope they don't die before then, because they really look so beautiful. I had phlox in here. They're all dead. I had a lot of lazy Susans and cornflowers, and they're all dead too. But I've left some of the dead up there, the seeds, because, hey, this is what we do. All right, we're going to go down our brick pathway, which is very common for old New England homes. And we're going to step over here to the she shed. Now, usually I put a big bunch of mums in here, but I have a Runnings near me, and they have these sugar pumpkins for $179 a piece. And some of them were pretty good size, so I decided I was just going to put the pumpkins in this bucket. There are flowers that grow in this throughout the year, but they're all dead now, and so the pumpkins went in. The other thing I did here is this cool old wheelbarrow that we have. I love this blue wheelbarrow. It's like my favorite. Tom brought it out, and it was full of pumpkins that we took out of our garden. And after I emptied it of the pumpkins and gourds, decided to put some mums in there. 2 different colors. I really love it. I have the watering can there to remind me to water the mums. Of course, the watering can was such a beautiful thing, I left it out, and now it has a leak. So not too good at watering. Over here, these are some of the spoils of my garden. Aren't they great? They're the gourds that I had growing, a few little pumpkins, and I decided to fill up this bucket. And then right here, this is a lamppost, but it's a great place for a haystack. Oh, speaking of haystacks, we should go see the patio while we're on this side of the building. I call this my witch's cauldron. I think it was some sort of old grill, actually, but it is a fantastic place to put a pot of mums. Now, I go to a local place where I can get 3 of these for $23, and they're huge and gorgeous, and they last me all season, and they fit perfectly. This is the small mum, so I really love it. My patio is a little bit of a mess right now, but I do want to show you what I did. I like to leave the patio out. There are a lot of leaves that have blown on the patio, and part of me does not mind because it gives you that fall look. You can tell that this is my favorite color, Mom. I mean, I think they're so beautiful with that red and the orange, and they are just my favorite colors. So I end up getting a lot of them. There's one of my pillows. This is from last year. It's the Scarecrow Lady, and then this side is the sunflower. So I actually had the sunflower out all summer, and the Scarecrow Lady is up now. And I'm leaving everything pretty basic, just a couple pumpkins on the table. Nothing to write home about. But I did end up with a couple corn stalks on each side of my patio and pumpkins. Over here, we've got another corn stalk and, oh, more mums of the same color. I am in a rut. And the pumpkin in the hay, in this bucket. I'll tell you the truth, I did this last year, never moved the bucket, never moved the hay, just threw the pumpkin in it this year, done. I have not done a lot of outdoor decorating up to this point. So part of it is my house is just such great fall colors. So anything you put against it really works. All right, let's take a look at my she shed now, because this is my favorite part of my outdoor decorating this year. Isn't this gorgeous? I did a Mel. I went with Symmetry, partly. And let's take a closer look at what I did. So all these pumpkins are from my garden. In fact, everything in here is from the garden. All of the seeds, these long plant things. The corn actually came from one of the corn stalks. But the base of this is, they are the hydrangeas. So last year I picked a bunch of hydrangeas off. They were all dry. They were in the she shed. I decided to use the dried one as the base and then put some more current hydrangeas in there, and I'm really liking it. I just filled it full of stuff. This really cool gourd thing I picked up at Walker Homestead, and you gotta love it. Now I've got some old rakes and things out here. Just, you know, we're not going minimal here in front of the she shed. These are two chairs that I had around on the deck and on a porch, and I grabbed them because they're matching plastic wicker chairs, and I put one of my crow sunflower pillows that I designed on it. You can see these are outdoor pillows. Look at how nicely everything beads. They really withstand the elements. You know, if you want, you can spray them. That'll help too. But I really like how that looks. Another mum, same color, and I love the way it looks with pumpkins. So this is just a basket that I pulled out of one of my closets. I have been cleaning closets, and something about an old house, the old closets, they get kind of musty and mildewy and really gross. And so you'll notice that I have a lot of things that I had inside I've brought outside this season. And then this is just a complete replica of what was over there with a bird cage. All right, so here's the other little thing I'm doing. And I know that most of you can't do this if you don't live in New England and you don't have a stone wall. But let me tell you, I saw this quite a few years ago, or maybe it was just last year. I went to a historic home, and they had put these little pumpkins down their wall. And I thought, well, that is super cute. So last year I did it. and I love it, and I love it so much. I filled one wall with all the pumpkins from my garden, but then I had to run out and get 37 more pumpkins to fill up my other walls. But so pretty, right? We're walking to the front of the house now. I usually go overboard with stalks and pumpkins and mums, and I'm trying to just be minimal with most of my decorating. So at the front of the house here, this is actually not a front that anyone uses, but it is the original front. I have these two rusty things, the old wheel and the milk barrel. They're out there all year round. I just threw a mum in there. And you can see I still have pumpkins. I took the pumpkins all the way down here. I thought that would be so beautiful to have the pumpkins under the scene. In fact, this is so pretty. I'm gonna have to come back and take a picture because it's gorgeous with the fog. It's just beautiful. And then over to the front of our house. Our house goes on and on and on. This is actually the door by kitchen number 1. And we have a little porch there. And this is another story. This cupboard that looks oh so fall-like. This was in our kitchen, and we have an old dog that decided that that should be his bathroom. Yeah. So he kept peeing on it. And it's barnwood, and it absorbed his awful mistakes. And I didn't want it in the kitchen anymore. So I was going to put it out on the road and just give it away and let someone take it and they could paint it. But then I thought, why don't I just put it out on the porch? It's not going to matter, you know, what he did to it on the porch. We cleaned it all up as best we could, but it actually works really well on the porch. So we've got these gorgeous hydrangea trees. This time of year they come out and they're just beautiful. And of course we have a lot of mums. This is a mum plant that we probably planted a few years ago. Maybe not. Maybe the former owners planted it, but it's taking over the yard. It's pretty cool. We have a rose of Sharon here that's been dying. And this week, unfortunately, our well went. The tank went in the house and the pump went, and $3,000 later, we have now a smaller tank than we had, and we have a new pump on our well. So that's our well. Just a few years ago, my Uncle Bud was here, Taunton Uncle Bud. I guess that was 5 years ago now. And he came in and thinned this out so that it just looked like a nice little group of little bushes. But this place is full of foliage. Lots of berries to decorate with. And for the birds, hydrangeas everywhere. We have lilac bushes. We have some tansy. Look at me, I know some things. We have Shasta daisies that are oh so pretty. They're just coming out this time of year. 2 beautiful bushes. Our ferns are starting to go by the wayside. This bush is getting huge too. I don't know what it is, but it's going to have really pretty red leaves and red berries. Wow. And then we have a couple peach trees. And this year, these squirrels literally ate every peach off the tree. This thing was full of peaches, and they ate them all. Our friend Ricardo, who studied gardens, put this garden in for us. We had the garden, but he designed it better, gave us some mulch and rows. And this year, oh, I see some gourds in there and more pumpkins. This year, Tom went in and he put our pumpkins and gourds in there. He planted some corn, and some squash. And this was our garden. That's Rocky. Oh, here's our old water tank. Look at this. Wow. Let's go see what this is. Hi, Rocky. Oh, this is something. Oh, he uses a big, look what he put in front of the garden. How, oh, am I supposed to move that? Okay, so. Oh, there's a rotten pumpkin. Oh, there's a squash or another gourd. And look at this pumpkin. Wow. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's coming with me. I have never picked a pumpkin before in my life, guys. This is fun. I can't do it with one hand. I have to come back in. Let's see what else is in this garden. So this had so many pumpkins, and it's so exciting. Oh, there's a moldy one. There's a gourd. There's some cute little ones. Oh, there's still more pumpkins that kept growing since he picked. Oh, I see quite a few pumpkins and gourds. I'm going to have to come in here and get them. Wow. All right. Coming back out. I hope you guys don't mind this totally unedited, unabridged form of, he probably has that closed because we get wildlife that would go in and eat it. The wind blew out our window last year or the year before. We haven't fixed it yet. So one of the things I love are tall grasses. I love tall grasses in the fall. And look how beautiful they are. The way the light hits them, the dew sparkles on them. For 35 years, I have not seen morning. If I did, I almost cursed it because I felt so sick. And now that I have been unbelievably eating carnivore, which kind of cracks me up because I was a vegan for 7 years. Look at this. Look at that beautiful grass. Look at the way the light hits those little beads of dew. Morning dew. So pretty. Anyway, now that I have done that, I am doing so much better in the morning. Take a look at the she shed. So I have 10 window boxes on here, and all of the other ones that weren't in the front got just the hydrangeas. I have so many hydrangeas. There was no reason not to decorate with them. And coming down by the barn, we've got more pumpkins and more pillows. So these are 2 from my collection. Beautiful. A yellow mum. Of course, the corn stalks. And in the barn, I always put a little pumpkin in each of the windows. The windowsills are just perfect for it. Looks cute from the outside and the inside. Here's something else I enjoyed doing. This is an old metal chair. Former owners left it for me. I have an old bucket, and I threw mums right in there, and I love the look of this. Very cool. We've got our chairs up for fires, and of course our patio lights, some of them that have fallen down, and then some more mums. You kind of can't go wrong with 2 chairs and a mum in the middle, you know? It looks very Mel, very cousin Mel, but the gardens here are just so beautiful though. I knew what these were the other day, I forgot now. This is the porta potty that I got for the meet and greet. We're having a event tonight for the community, and my brother is coming in a few weeks with some friends. So we got a porta potty. And it's a flush porta potty, so nothing gross about it. You can actually wash your hands with water in it. It's kind of like using an airport bathroom, actually. It's the same premise. And then this is a part of our yard you don't often see, but man, I tell you, at night we can really hear the coyotes yapping it up over here. It's actually scary. It sounds like they're right in our yard. And we know they go right from our neighbor's field over to the place next to us. But our land goes all the way back here, and these are just garden beds. Garden beds of all kinds of things. We have apple trees here, and peach trees, and flowers that bloom all year around. This one is often purple flowers, all kinds of flowers, and you can see it just stopped with whatever was there recently. I don't actually get out here a lot. I hate to say that. It's my own property and I don't get out here. Oh, this is a beautiful morning fall sight. Look at that. Oh, there is nothing like wet leaves with the low sun on the leaves. I'm coming back out here with my camera because this is just too beautiful not to. Look at that. Got an old apple tree that stands right in the middle of our driveway. My Tom keeps wanting to cut it down, and it's the coolest old tree I've ever seen, so I won't let him. Now we're coming back to the house. We have just walked through our whole property. We have 2.8 acres. Some of it's woods. We didn't walk through the woods, but you can see what I grabbed to put in my window boxes. Plenty of berries for Christmas decorating. I don't often use these berries though, because I don't want the dogs to eat them. Pumpkins everywhere. And this is it. My little home. The outside world.